Steve.
Yeah.
It's your boy TB. You already know how it be.
And this is the
Tubby.
Premax Podcast. And
you get a great
also
intro.
with us today, we have a guest.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The grand intro.
You can introduce yourself.
I'm Tubby. Some people call me Tobias, but y'all know who I am. Yeah.
Man, I will let y'all know, we're going to know more about
Legend.
Tubby in a little bit, but this guy, I'm going to just say
Legend.
this off the back. This guy got bars, man.
Oh,
Bars.
This
for
guy's
days.
got
Thank you.
bars, and you know,
Yes, sir.
it's people like this guy that I've grown to like, you know, because I've heard some of his stuff, you know, some of the music, and he's got that currency vibe, and you know, it's like that chill, laid back mood, you know.
Always,
You
sir.
know,
always.
And he can switch. In my opinion, these guys are the most versatile people you'll ever meet.
Oh.
I've seen them people touch everything in the music genre I've seen. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I've seen this man play trumpet, like
Oh, yeah.
Louis, out of his
Oh.
mind.
Oh.
I have seen this man rap his head off,
Thank you.
giving Eminem a run for his
Ooh,
money.
I wouldn't say
I have
I
seen
mean, you
this
say
man.
something like that. You know,
I have seen this
I'm
man
not backing
suck.
that up.
Hey,
you know,
I have,
Eminem's gonna be like, all right, let me
Yeah.
get this guy
Hey,
one on one,
hey.
and then you know.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm
that's
not-
sauce. Hey,
I'm not
look,
going- I'm
because
not
he's got
backing-
that's the difference, man. He's got that sauce, man. He's got the sauce.
I'm not backing that shit up.
Look at
Well,
Eminem got all reigns over.
well, the good thing with having Tubby here, because one of the things we're gonna talk about is today is how independent artists after COVID-19, how they're gonna recover and get back into the vibe, you know. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be a thing. So people like Tubby and ones that were doing it once before and
Yeah.
then got held back and was locked inside. It's just, you know, there was some that was still making music that was, you know, behind closed doors. But then it's like now get back into ones that were doing performances before,
Yeah.
you know.
right.
I mean, you remember how that was because you was doing some performing before COVID, huh?
Oh, yeah, we
Before
all were.
COVID.
We all were. Yes,
Just
sir.
going out and
So
playing.
Tubby, introduce yourself, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. So like, where you from? Where you from?
I was born in Lafayette, 337, and I was raised in Scott, Louisiana. Dad's side's from Cankton, so farm. Grew up on a farm when I was really young. And my mom's side's from Dusson and Judice, so straight fucking Cajun.
So
Straight.
how long you been doing music, man?
How long I've? Oh shit! I'm 18. I started playing trumpet in 5th grade. Fuck, I don't know how old I was. I think I was like 6. No, I couldn't tell you. I was young. I started playing trumpet. Took it seriously in like middle school and high school, and then in 10th grade I started writing my own verses because I thought it was cool. Thought it was cool. You could get your like emotions and your feelings out through writing shit. It's pretty
Right.
dope. And just
Right.
always had like a good ear for music. Like put on some really good shit when I was like young. I remember going to like preschool listening to Outkast, Roses, and
Right,
like
right.
Shaggy, Angel, like some good shit,
I
good
was
bumpy
just
shit.
listening to Roses earlier today.
It's interesting you say that, you know, like Outkast, stuff like that, because I always be wanting to know what different inspiration some people
Oh,
get.
dude,
whenever-
it's everywhere with me. I
Yeah.
go from Shaggy to
Shaggy.
NWA to like
Yeah.
Biggie to Wayne to Eminem to fucking death metal like Slipknot and King 810. Which shout out to David Gunn, one of the most smartest motherfuckers I've ever like listened to.
Right.
Just, like really heavy shit to really vibey shit. I listen to Wiz and Snoop. It comes from everywhere.
That's like a variety right
Oh,
there.
dude, yeah, it's
Stimulus,
everything.
man.
Yeah, I listen to everything.
That's music stimulus right there.
I like that. That's right because now the only thing I didn't hear you name, you said hard rock and all the rappers, no country anything.
A little bit. There's that like if it's my mom listened to it like all growing up and like my family did. So like it was one of those to where I listened to it all the time and it kind of got old.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are some really good country artists out there. I couldn't name like I don't want to mess up any names while we're recording, but like I respect this genre. I just don't like newer country. I like Willie and like Johnny Cash and shit like that. It was easier. It was fuck, I don't know what you say. It wasn't rock. It was country music. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of country now is like more like
Yeah.
Almost like pop.
Yeah, that's not mine. That's not me.
You can say it's like country pop country, palm tree, cop, whatever. But it's I guess Taylor Swift kind of was part of that.
Yeah, her and Miley Cyrus and all that. Like Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus.
I didn't really think Miley did.
And Florida Georgia Line too.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't really think Miley did like country.
Oh, her dad's Billy Ray Cyrus.
I
So
mean,
so in the show, she started off as a country, whatever, and then she went to be a pop star, and she got stupid famous. I don't.
Yeah, in the show, it kind of elevated her popularity with all the songs that she was dropping left and right, and it was still leaning more towards that center of like country and rock and whatnot. And so that kind of brought it up to the forefront, and then she switched her style, which made everything.
Oh yeah, it just clusterfucked the whole shit. Nobody knew what the fuck happened whenever.
So I never knew that's what Hannah Montana was like. Well, a country like.
Well,
I thought she was like pop.
She was more pop than country, but she did have like a few like country because her dad. But hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
which is weird. Speaking of which, bro, her dad did that song with Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Town Road?
Yeah, was not expecting it. Like, I didn't even know Billy Ray Cyrus was on there until, like, I read the description featuring Billy. I was like, holy shit, all right.
Well, he's in because the original, he's not in the original.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
The original is just like every other Lil Nas X song. It's like 2 verses and then the song. It's like 2-minute long song.
Yeah, man hit one good hook.
Oh, nice.
And then hit the verse, and then the infamous, verse, and then just hit that last chorus, and that was it. The song was like 1:45.
Well, what happened was Lil Nas was trying to make it a country song.
He was trying to, and then the
people gave him a lot of hard time, and it was like, man, this is not country. The original. So then he came back like, oh, okay, I got you. And that's when he went to Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray, actually, no. Billy Ray said, oh, so it's not country. Oh, so this ain't country?
Yeah.
I got you.
So then he added his little twang,
exactly.
and then it, the rest
then
is it.
How could they argue?
Right.
And even if they did argue, he still made it to like the top and led the charts for the longest.
And the one you hear most is the one with Billy Ray Cyrus. You don't really hear the one with just him too often.
Yeah.
And that thing came out, the original came out, lasted maybe 1 week. And then the Billy Ray Cyrus one took over the one he did with Billy Ray.
Nice.
Yep. So, I don't know. That's with that. So Outkast and a lot of the rappers were your inspiration. So.
One more. My biggest musical inspiration is Suicide Boys. They're from the 7th Ward in New Orleans. 2 white boys from NOLA fucking made it in the underground scene, running that shit. They're my biggest influences. Like to date, got me through a lot of shit. I don't like praise them like, oh, I'm a fanboy, but from an artist standpoint, they speak a lot of real shit and some feel good shit. Not feel good, but like it's relatable. A lot of their stuff's relatable.
Man. And that's what. And I've said this on other podcasts before.
Yes, sir.
And I preach this all the time. Speak shit that is real.
Yeah.
If you rap stuff that is real, man, you're
gonna make it. Real recognize real, bro.
Yeah, real recognize real. And I'm gonna say this, y'all. Tubby, man, when y'all hear his music, it's this guy is, and this is my first day meeting, and he's laid back guy, and he comes off as a laid back guy. And when I heard his music, it comes off as laid back, and it's like it really represents him, his vibe and everything. And you can hear it in your music that you are a vibe, low key guy, but at the same time, I got my shit. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking nailed it. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, because that's how you could, and that the reason why you nail it because it's real, man. And music, that's how it is, and it should be like that. It shouldn't be like I said. I've heard people come in here in the studio trying to record, talking about the banana clips and everything. And I'm like, you don't have a gun. What are you talking about?
Have you ever shot a gun, sir?
Now, I know some that have, that do that. They came in here and, I'm like, man, but you ain't gonna hurt nobody, man.
Right.
You got that gun
for a big old tape there.
For your house protection. Yeah.
crying over a chick that broke your heart a few years ago, man.
It's like that, bro.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just like people that is more real about it. You know. So, what music? Okay, so how long have you had some music that you put out? You know.
Shit. Oh,
what was
so
the first music you put out? How long ago it was?
So the first track I put out was it's called "You Weren't There." Y'all could go look it up on SoundCloud if y'all want. It's the artist name. It was a group I had made with like me and two of my other friends. It's called Miam, capital M, lowercase I, lowercase U, capital M, I think. And it'll be a picture with a butterfly. Whatever, y'all see it. I dropped that one, I want to say in 2016. I don't know. I know I was 16 when I dropped, so probably like 2017. I was a junior in high school. I came up with the chorus that day and the verses that day. And I mean, it is what it is. Like, people liked it. It got a few hundred views, but because of the chorus was a bomb. I just kept that, like, it's not me now. Like, I've definitely like upgraded my sound, I guess to say, or like improved a lot on my quality of writing and doing what I do. But like, I still kept it because it was a fun track I made. I enjoyed it, and it wasn't ass. It wasn't booty. It wasn't horrible, you know. So like, fuck it, it's up there. Y'all can go check it out.
I mean, everybody, you know, when they first get started.
Yeah, right.
It's
one of those. It was one of those. Like,
yeah, and then, you know, at the time you probably think like, oh man, it's the shit. But then you look back on it, it's like,
yeah,
you proved so much since then.
Oh yeah.
But at the time, you know, you thought that was it. So,
I just
warning to all y'all that probably gonna listen to it,
bro. I ain't gonna front you. I had some rough patches.
Yeah,
bro.
you still mention that. What, don't you still got something that nobody ever found yet? Explain the Billie Jean thing again.
No, it was Smooth Criminal. I basically spit a verse over the dance break part of Smooth Criminal.
Ooh.
It's nowhere to be found. It's gonna stay that way. I thought it was fire back in the day, but man, that wasn't me, bro. At least it wasn't me at first.
I still say, if I find that,
you ain't gonna find it.
I'm just telling you. When I do, and let me rephrase that. Not if I find it. When I find it.
Oh, good luck.
I will listen to it.
The FBI.
And I will critique it.
The FBI.
And I make some on here and say what I heard.
The FBI is smoking if they think they can find it.
You Google tripping if they think they can find that shit.
Yeah. Michael Jackson might come from his grave. Me and him might both be. You should shame yourself even trying to do.
Come back.
Wait, it was a remix to Smooth Criminal. Wait, let's just get this clarified here. Was it a remix or did you just rap over a Smooth Criminal instrumental?
It was basically the dance break part, that big empty space on his song, the original Cuff. That was basically untouched. It was just, you know, supposed to be the dance break somewhat.
Right.
I rapped in between that.
Why?
Because I don't know. I was trying to try.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did it come out cool?
Did it come out cool?
Yeah.
At first, I thought so. But then I listened back to the words I was saying, and it was just like, it's as cool as a phone recording is gonna get. I can promise you that. Phone recordings back in 2000.
You talking about bringing banana clips to
Yeah, banana clips. Some of you were talking about pulling up with Dracos to
fucking
Michael Jackson.
Sipping on something. When I was probably sipping out of like
some water.
With Annie?
Sprite cans.
Was it with Annie? You was drinking with Annie?
I guess so. Sipping on something, drinking with Annie.
I mean, the whole time he's asking Annie if she's okay.
Right, but she should be asking me if I'm okay after that verse. That verse was
rough.
She was shot by a Smooth Criminal, and I don't know.
I came in like a Smooth Criminal on that beat and left just as smooth.
Just left.
So, warning to all the people who go listen to Tubby's earlier music.
Yeah, sure.
He did say that it was early on.
Yeah, oh yeah. That was a year. That was only a year after I had first started writing. Like that was like probably not even a year after I wrote my first like rough verse. So yeah, don't expect that to be like the main thing.
So
what I sound like now.
Do judge him by his music he will be having coming up. So what's some of the music you have that's coming up?
So first me and D, the other. So overall, me, native. What do we call it, Trent?
Well, we can call him Trent. I mean, we probably wants to go as native.
Jugan, native, whatever the fuck he finally picked.
Yeah, he
Yoda or D and Ed. Those are the four in our group. The group's called God and Karma's Bastards, or GAKB for short. And we're dropping. We've been talking about an album or a tape or like making something happen. Me and Trent been talking about this, and D, for like at 2-3 years now. Like, wow, we've been talking about this a while, and we just started working on it. Finally getting some work in the studio. We got 8 tracks recorded for our first tape. But me and Yoda went in one day, and Trent was like, he was feeling under the weather or some shit, or he was just tired and didn't want to go. So it's all good. So me and D just went to the studio one day. We were just cutting the fuck up. We had 2 beats that we had found on YouTube that we really liked, which shout out to whoever made those beats. I love y'all. And we put verses and choruses and like freestyled on them, and that's what we're gonna drop first. We're probably gonna add another song on it for the people who have heard them, because I probably have sampled them to a few people. Throw this fucking running on something. Those 2 plus another one which we're gonna have to go and create one day. I don't fucking know, to do some dumb shit. Or right now after this episode, whichever one fucking comes first. We're gonna drop that first just to like break people's ankles, be like, oh yeah, that's what y'all think we're gonna sound like, and then drop a well structured fucking tape, and then drop some singles after the tape, and then work up to an album and grind. Working on shit.
Out there, man.
Now we do plan on having the other part of the duo.
Oh yes, the only reason they couldn't make it right now is because I think Yoda's at work, and I think Trent's doing something right now. Yeah. So yeah, that's the only reason why they aren't here.
How did you and D meet?
Me and D met through Trent. They had known each other since like 3rd grade or some shit, and I hung out with Trent. Started hanging out with Trent after school, like outside of school around like my junior year, and met D. Realized, like, learned a lot of shit from that dude. He's a real ass motherfucker. I learned a lot of the way that I think from him and his family, and Trent as well, and him. Like, all of us teach me a lot, taught me a lot how to view shit differently, take shit. Explain it. Be as real as you can be. Don't be fake. Fake doesn't bring you anything but like negativity and shit. You know.
Oh yeah.
Simple shit like that. Cool. Yeah, that's how I met D. And we've been fucking brothers ever since. All of us. So yeah.
That's fair.
See, that's true. So yeah, I actually might be our own kind of outcast. And y'all
what? You had no idea. You had no idea.
Yeah, your own way, you know, because that's kind of how outcasts.
Oh what? I'm a fucking band geek.
I'm a Brockhampton. Yeah.
So, but all right, out of the 2, who would probably be the big boy out of the group?
Big boy? What you mean, like frontman type shit?
Between y'all 2.
Wait, who would be between him and D? Or him?
Who would probably be big boy? Who would probably be more outcast? Andre.
I
think
Andre.
Andre.
Yeah, probably. So I'd have Andre 3000 style, but I would not be as like out there in the front. Like I don't.
That's an Andre deal.
Like, yeah, right.
It's like underrated. Yeah, and it's just like.
Yeah.
Big boys rapping on most of the joints.
Right. That'd probably be D though. D probably. Yeah. So we each mix them. That's how it goes a lot with, because me and Trent have like equal love for Suicide Boys, and I put him on recently, and he's been loving it, and which like I don't blame him. Like they make some really good fucking music. Go check them out. Go run their plays up. They already made it, but like fuck it, love is love. But yeah, so like me and him, there's 2 members in that group, and one's Ruby and one's Scrim, and like if you look at us, you could see the fucking, like with my hair down, you could see the resemblance between me and Ruby, and then Trent just looks like he would fucking be Scrim, like straight up with like buku tats, face tats and shit once you made it. Yeah, but the way that we rap is literally the complete opposite, and the way that like it's just we mix and match a lot, but it's cool. It's cool. It's same concept.
That's what makes duos actually interesting. Is that, you know, you got 2 different personalities, and I guess that's what made Outkast work out. You know, 2 different personalities, but I mean, when you put it together, it's like
it just works. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like real music. You know what I'm saying?
Jazz.
The album Speaker Box Below was like a perfect example of that, because it was Speaker Box Love Below, right? And like, which one was more like the love fairy tale, something like that, and the other was like hardcore. I think Big Boy did most of his kind of raps, and then Andre did a lot of his, you know, like weirdness type stuff, you know. And so, I'm saying, from what I've heard between, you know, you and D, I see the well, I got the same kind of vibe, almost kind of like low key, but he seems a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more.
Oh yeah, he as far as like freestyling and spitting goes, he knows what the fuck he's doing way more than me. I learned how to freestyle from him, like straight D fuck up. Yeah. Nobody else taught me shit how to freestyle but D. So D's D's a fucking D's zero from Lafayette. Like, don't fucking sleep. D is zero from Lafayette, straight up. Man got bars 4 days. Does not care if a beat's on and he can find a flow to it. He's gonna rap on it, type of shit.
That's what they call a true MC right there.
Yes, sir. Straight up.
So, all right, explain to people who probably want that, something you just brought up right there, freestyle. You know, they got a lot of people who write, but they want to get to that point of where they can be better at freestyling. Like, what did you do? Like, you started off right?
Yeah, I started off
so right. What made you get better at freestyling? I mean, I know it's a crazy question, but it's like...
So, I played... It goes off of the same concept of what I did to start learning how to solo on trumpet. It's basically try and get through your shitty ones. Try by yourself, get through your shitty ones, learn how to flow, learn your thing, just talk about shit that's going on if you need to start something off and just go off of it. Like, it's really a mind game for me, like just picking and choosing which words to mix and match where. I couldn't really explain it to you. To be honest, I couldn't really explain it.
Neither could Jay-Z.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't really explain it to you. Yeah, it's just one of those things to where you just gotta try until you find something that works, and then I don't know, just build off of it, I guess. So like I say, I couldn't teach anybody how to do it.
I mean, I think there's like a thing where like it's okay if you write. I mean, because they got people that write good stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, and when they write, it's good, but when they freestyle, it's like, you know, it sounds like weird. You know, it's like, you know, the cat in the hat. You know, it's like, that was off the dome. Yeah. Like, right. You know, but then you got people who can freestyle. Like what I heard from you, you know, man,
just gotta find
killer bars, man. And it's like,
thank you.
You know, it's like, man, it's a different kind of
energy.
A different kind of energy, man. You know, and so it's like. If you can do that, then stick with that. But if you can write, it's nothing. There's no shame in that.
I write and freestyle. Yeah. I started writing before I started freestyling. But like, hold on 1 second. Like one thing is like a lot of my it just depends. Like if I hear a beat or I hear something being played and a flow comes to my head. And then I look at my notepads and I'm like, man, none of this shit's gonna work. I'll just freestyle.
Right.
It's strictly off of like intuition, and I don't know. I just have fun. I just
that's how Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne.
Right.
He wrote. I love it. I mean, the whole time when he was rapping with the other guys, you know, and then once he pretty much like kind of stepped on his own, he was just done with it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, straight up. Yeah, that's another one of my like biggest influences as well. I grew up in the rap scene. It was Wayne because he was local and he made it, and Boosie as well, but more specifically Wayne. Yeah, like Wayne was my favorite album is Carter 2, specifically for Fly In, Fly Out, and Carter the self-titled.
I was about to say Carter 3.
Oh yeah, that's what everybody. I agree.
The best. A lot of people say Carter 3.
Best album is Carter 3, but my favorite is 2. I think 3 is really good. My brother put me onto a song called Sky's the Limit, and I don't know if that's on Carter 3, but I try and find it on Spotify, and it's not on there, but I don't know if it's just because Spotify is whatever, but I go on YouTube, and it's the Carter 3 background, but if it's not on the Carter 3, the Sky's the Limit's like one of my favorite songs by Wayne.
So y'all look that up, Sky's the Limit.
Badass.
But, you know, that's, I mean, what E, you freestyle, you write.
Oh, I do. I mix and match depending on the situation at hand. Like with the situation at hand, if I've got something there, if the words come to mind and I try to get as many words as I possibly can written down, and I go off of that. But if nothing comes to mind and I just feel like something is in me to be on whatever track I desire to be on, it's just like, you know what, I'll go ahead and bite the bullet I never bit before, and then I just start rapping, going off of the flow that's in my head whenever I hear or whenever I'm hearing. And normally it works out for the better. There's times where most people can't even tell when I'm freestyling or it's a writing.
Yeah, straight
and
up.
that's kind of what I want to aim and strive for, to where I can get to that point of where I don't even need to write anymore.
Right.
But at the same time, writing always puts more detail and more consciousness and more in-depth, analysis between all of it. So it's like, I definitely appreciate most rappers who do both.
Yeah.
Because it kind of helps that creativity process as naturally as possible. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people kind of fabricate it whenever they write, and then people who do it naturally that just aren't really that focused on where they're at. They're just kind of going off of their brains and sounding all scatterbrained on the track.
Yeah.
But the people that kind of have this nice balance of both, like Tubby, D, Youngster, shout out to Young Taj. Shout out to Young Taj, Balls and Animal. But I appreciate those people.
Now, I would say this. All right, so people that know me, before I got behind the scenes, producing and stuff, when I was writing, every time I was featured on a song, I was always the last one to finish.
Oh, nice.
Write my stuff. I mean, I was like, man, it took me. I mean, everybody else be done like
that's detail,
maybe like 5 minutes.
Man. I could sit down in like a 30-minute session and write a like 16-bar verse and just fucking it'll be straight fucking. It will not heat, but like some fucking real shit, like some in-depth shit. Yeah. It's cool.
And I was always like, if it was like a group of us, like a 3, like the time when it was like. We had to do it with 3 or 4 of us, me, you, Youngster, and Lewis. And y'all was done in like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, me.
And I took like 20 minutes. I'm up here still over here writing.
But to be fair, simultaneously it was also producing, so it was like you were still holding that ground as well.
Right.
More than.
But it's just like, man. I always the last one, but man,
it's about
like,
the detail.
So
it ain't about that.
But it's the thing is though, that's the thing. Like people could just like hear that beat and just start getting on it. Which I feel the same way too. But it's just like it just comes to me a little bit. Yeah. But I'm a person that I want to make sure it hit.
Exactly.
When I'm done.
That's the same.
And and most of the time, so y'all ever hearing music out there and say featuring J Steve. It took me about 20 minutes to probably write that 16 bars. Right? I was still out there,
But them 16s be fire though.
You know, I always I hear that they do be fire, but I'm just letting y'all know it took me about 20 minutes to write those lines though. I was still out there.
That's what matters.
So tell me, now that COVID-19 is, finishing up.
I guess.
Do you feel like performing live is something you want to do like after you release your stuff or while you release it?
It's by ear right now. I've been gigging with different bands and different groups, and I've done like, believe it or not, I've done a screamo like set of some really like Walk by Pantera and Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine. I did that live. I did vocals with that at like the Acadia High Fado Do or whatever.
Right.
It was fun. I had a fucking blast. But I've done shit. I've been gigging since I was 16, so like 2 years now. And so I'm not worried about the like initial like, oh, are people gonna like it? Because I don't give a fuck. Like if you don't like it, then you can leave, bro. Like I don't care.
Exactly.
So that's not what's worrying me. What's worrying me is getting our shit like together and getting these practices in before we go and just start performing, because we do have some pretty decent plans, and like we're still thinking. I don't want to like put anything out there about like, but we got a pretty good fucking lineup of people to select from to like play live. Yeah, so that's definitely a goal. Like we don't want to just sit here drop music on a platform and not be musicians and not go do our thing, right? You know.
Yo, and the thing is also is being at the right place, I guess.
Yes, that too. That too.
Especially like if it's gonna be hip hop, I mean, you gotta like a club or something, or maybe some different places that do that. Now, Lafayette in particular,
it's fucking dead.
You know,
fucking dude. Look, man, I was born here. I love this city, but at the same time, oh my god, do I not like this fucking city? When it comes to being a live artist, bro, they do not give a fuck about you. They do not care, man.
Yes, you are preaching to the choir. I'm saying that it's rough, like because you hear a lot of people that, and I've said, which is one of the reasons why it's kind of a catch-22. It's one of the reasons why we started this label, this independent label, because since Lafayette does not treat their own artists, you know,
it's because there's so much fucking
their
talent.
local artists, they don't really treat them well. That they have to leave to go to other states, just for people to at least recognize them, and they can just do the littlest place at another place,
dude. And I've heard so many stories from like older people that I've met who were in the rap scene and shit in the 90s and stuff, and they were talking about how they went to Texas and they literally like they went to one show, they were not scheduled to be up there. Like old boy told him, I think it was Bun B or some shit. He was like, yo, I got bars, and they heard him freestyling while they were playing music, and he was like, give this man a mic and let's see what he had. And he got booked for a show like the next week. Like straight up, and you couldn't do that. You cannot fucking do what if you try and go and do something like that. They're gonna kick you the fuck out of the establishment. People in Lafayette do not care. I hate that. I hate that about this city. I wish they were just a little bit more open to their.
Yeah, and then when it's the first question they ask, you know, when they ask, okay, what kind of music you do? They say hip hop. And it's just like
they're gonna come up. Yeah, they're gonna come up here talking about guns and banging and shit. And it's not at all.
So they said, well, we you know, we don't really have a crowd. It's like for that. So you know, and then you may ask, okay, well, do you know somebody, you know, where we can go and do something, like, you know, in another place that I'm sure y'all all talk to each other, or something like that.
Y'all are on the strip together. Like I know y'all. I know you're not. I know y'all might not talking to each other.
It's like, okay, but that's why shout out to Beanie, Bisbanos. Yeah. Hey, I gotta get across to Bisbanos, man. Beanie, and Beanie. Cool as a fan, man.
Yeah, I played.
Shout out to Beanie. Shout out to Ramsey. I know you're probably listening right now.
Shout out to Ramsey, for the place burned down, man. But this battles, man, that's all Australia. They'll do hip hop, rap. Matter of fact, they have like
Bisbanos is a great spot for live. I've played there once, and it was funny. Shout out to my boy Blake, my drummer, and a dude named Jacob Rhymes, who we possibly might start playing a little Exotico thing with, but I don't want to. That's not a big point. Yeah, Jacob Rhymes. Yeah. So. But anyways, they had a band, the same band that I did the Screamo thing with, but before that, I ran across, I heard they were having a gig at Bisbanos, and they were doing a jazz track for their first song, because they didn't have that many originals. They were a cover band at the time, and they had asked me if I had my trumpet on me. I was like, fuck yeah, what key are y'all in? And played there, and it was like, it's a good scene. They take care of they actually care about the artists that are playing there. It's pretty cool. Right. I respect them. I like Legends is Marley's. Marley's treated us fucking nice, man. Marley's treated us fucking nice. Hell yeah.
Informed there, but hell
yeah. Shout out to the owner of Legends.
Yes.
You know who
him
he
too.
is. Yeah, you clutch guy, man. You always have been, you always will be.
Yeah, it's those places that do variety. You know, like, okay, hey, you have the rock bands there. Okay, you also let the rappers come do theirs.
And then you have jazz. And then you have jazz at the same time. Yeah, that's what's fucking awesome.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like
they get it. That's why they make buku money. That's why everybody knows them.
Right. Exactly.
Straight the fuck up.
So it's like, man, so all you independent artists out there, all right, that's the first thing is location. Find a place that's going to do variety and that fits with what you do. All right. So if you out there and you do hip hop, you do rap, man, look, and if you in Lafayette, good luck. But at the same time, I would say, go to those places that we just mentioned as well. And so now, if you're not in Lafayette, wherever you are, look into places and what they do, who they booked before. You know what I'm saying? Look at that kind of thing. You know, so you gotta do your homework when it comes to performing.
Know your fucking crowd, man.
Yes,
like that's
man.
one thing that like as a live musician that you can preach. Know your fucking crowd.
Right.
Know who you're playing for. And also another thing that shout out to Scott Domingue for teaching me, my drummer and like Trent this. You don't play for musicians. You don't perform for other artists. You're performing for the people. That is where a lot of people get cool, you can lay down, like, you can have diarrhea of the hands and be laying down some badass licks on on anything. People don't give a shit. No. Nah, they want to hear a vibe. They want to hear a groove. And, like, the best musicians are the ones that can play for the people and still be badasses at their instrument. Exactly. Yeah, so play for the people.
That's not familiar. Was he at, like, UL one time?
Who, Scott Domingue?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's that's my second cousin actually. He's the head director at Acadiana High. Shout out to my boy.
I don't know if he
I don't know
if he dealt with the drum line like.
Yeah.
Scott, when I was there at UL, I was in drum line and Scott.
Really?
They had two Scott. They had Scott that was over the music part and they had a Scott that was like the drum line was over us in the drum line.
It's probably him. That's probably Scott. That's probably him, man.
Scott was cool, man. I still about UL shirt. You know, they got Scott in the back, but yeah, that was in 05. 05.
Shit, it sounds about right. He graduated from high school in the 90s, like late 90s. So it sounds about right.
He was young, and I think the older guy, he was over the music department, but Scott over the drum line was like, he looked like he was in this.
Oh, he was and is still a fucking dog at what he does, which is fucking awesome. Man. Might be collabing with him soon, making a verse. You've heard of Knock Shaws, huh? Mm-hmm. Now, so shout out Knock Shaws. Might be making like a stupid little track with him. Not stupid, but like, you know what I mean? A fun little track with him. Fun. Gotta watch my mistakes so I don't like talk shit accidentally.
Small world, man. Shout out to Scott out there, man.
Shout out to fucking Scotty D, man.
Talking shit can get people hit.
Huh?
I said talking shit can get people hit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah,
so, all right. So I know you mentioned about the new music that you have with the performing. So, is there anything that you was kind of anything you was working on during the COVID-19? Was you still like working on music?
Oh, this whole fucking tape. Yeah, this whole fucking tape. Mine is running on something and throat as fuck. What? Everybody was like, everybody had the time. We had the availability. It was now or never, man. Like, fuck it. Like, if we don't have shit else to do. I'm unemployed. I fucking dropped out of college. Like, I know y'all ain't doing nothing. Like, come on, son. Let's go fucking make some music.
Yeah, man. There's gonna be a lot of like up and coming after this, man. This COVID probably made some new artists, man, that especially gonna help them come out even more.
Oh, shout out Lamont, shout out Flu, shout out all the homies, all the Khalil, Germ, all those badass artists that are fucking grinding right now and staying true to their craft, bro. Y'all are the reason why we are like doing anything right now.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, so just because it's behind closed, and that's the thing I was saying before. There's a lot that's behind closed doors that's like singing in the living room, that's been singing.
Oh yeah, right.
All that in the house and everything, ready to like get that stuff out there.
That's why like the term like don't complain about not having time or whatever, like that applies even more now. Like I don't want to hear, oh well this wasn't good, like at a performance if you shit the bed and like you get hate for it, like yo, like come on bro. Yeah. You literally can't fight the excuse of I didn't have time. You were locked in your room for 3 months. Like, come on, son. Yeah. So that's another thing. It's gonna force people to start bringing heat. It's gonna be cutthroat again. I can't wait.
I'm telling you, man. And I'm telling you, the fall is usually like, performance time and all that stuff with music and everything like that. So it's like, I think this year at the end of like the fall on down.
2020 is the year, man. 2020 is the year.
You about to start hearing people left and right coming out, man. So it's like this COVID made some new artists, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to COVID, bro.
Shout out to COVID.
That's not really like it, bro.
Yeah,
shout out to COVID, bro.
Yeah, and there's a COVID-20 out there. Hey,
like, hey, you don't need to show might as well link on, man. They don't need to be a COVID-21, bro. Let COVID not be legal for real, bro.
Yeah, I think
COVID can't enter your body unless you get consent.
It's gonna push even more people, motivating them too as well. Like people who like probably like was second guessing about getting into like
straight up, you ain't have nothing but time to work and actually fine tune your stuff.
And after hearing like the people that's gonna be coming out, like Tubby and the other people that's gonna come out like with their stuff, with their mixtapes and all that stuff, like that's gonna call me more like, like fuck that. I'm not the only one who's feeling like that. I'm about to do that too.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's like we were not planning like. When we started recording this, quarantine didn't go into effect, but COVID was a thing. Yeah. So like we were like, look, man, like we're like now it's now or never. We have been talking about this fucking tape for like years, man, like 3 years, some shit like that. We've been planning and trying to do this forever. It was timed, and it just happened to be timed as soon as COVID fucking slammed, and so it makes it look like, oh, we just did this during COVID. Nah, man, we've been working on this shit for like a while now. Like, bro, if I had a fucking $1 back for every single time I would go to Trent's and with D and we'd work on like bars and freestyling and songs and picking beats and shit like that, I'd be fucking rich right now. I'd be balling.
But see, it's just the thing, you just needed the time.
Yeah.
You know, like some people be busy, like, you know, it's just like getting everybody together or to do this. But this came up and it's like shit, you know. Yeah. Man. So, you know, I think so. I guess that goes back into what I was saying is how people is going to get out there and for what you're doing. So, what's your plan on release? Are you gonna release your music like SoundCloud or are you?
That's our producer's talk right there, boy. I'm not in charge of none of that. Just so
let y'all know, so Truth Bringer, are everyday regular podcast guy here, part of the Premax Podcast. So you gonna be producing a lot of Tubby and D's records,
and Trent's, and all Gag B, all God
I'm basically handling most of, if not all of, the production work.
Which we fucking appreciate very, very much.
I'm looking out for these are my brothers, man. I want to see them thrive and succeed.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, eventually it could be under the Premax label. I'm just saying. I'm
not saying
that right now. We're not saying nothing right now. Not saying it right now. That just slipped out. But we'll see how that lands out. You know, just throwing that idea out there. Because from what I heard today, man,
we like it.
Y'all can wear the Premax regular shirt with pride.
I was badass fucking design, man.
But man, so
and that's another thing that's been blowing people's fucking like heads. Whenever we tell, like, I show them the music, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's cool," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, well we have our own, like we're working with a label, like we're working with people who like we don't have to worry about getting copyrighted. One, because it's original, and two, because we got this. Like we know what we're doing. We're not dumb. We've peeped the scene. Like all of us have peeped the music industry way before. Like since we were young, we've like been watching. Like that's another like little thing that goes into like what makes you that much better of an artist is like you watch, keep up with what's going on throughout the times and that in the scene. Like that's how you adapt. That's how you stay alive.
Exactly. And I'm a big soul believer of that, of variety, because if you just stay with if you just one, I mean you're only gonna be just getting within that fan base maybe of just one. Yeah. But I believe, like I said, and that's something we both talk about, like getting a variety of people. That way, you know, you're getting a different kind of base from different people.
Yeah, it's
that's
original.
You stand up to date. And even younger ones coming in and newer ones, you know, because they with the vibe, they coming with a new sound, you know, with a different sound, you know. That's how I keep it going, man. Because there's a lot of people out there, which is another reason why we started. Like, is that the sound that's out there, a lot of people here in the mainstream or music that's out there, there's a lot of people that's tired of hearing that. They want something different.
Oh, yeah.
And our idea was like, man, okay, well, look, you know what? Y'all tired of that? Well, we're going to give y'all this, just to give you another option.
Exactly.
Of something you can listen to. There's these guys that y'all probably never heard of before, but listen to this.
Right.
Bam, listen to that. Got
Right.
that.
Put them on the
And
front line.
that's y'all are doing what helps like so many people like us get the fuck out there, man.
That's
Like
what
just
I'm
get
saying,
a
man.
just get a name for ourselves or some kind of basis. You know, can't build up if you don't have a good base, bro. If you don't have a good solid base. Yeah, that helps.
And it's and I think that's like you said it perfectly. Is that's how you stay relevant, and that's also how you
Yeah,
stay
that's how you
improving
adapt.
and growing because
Yeah.
if you stay sticking with the same old
like-
stuff, it's not gonna work.
And obviously, another thing to add to that, it's not saying that like, yo, every single track of yours has to be different. Nah, if you have a style, like works and some works, go with it. But don't just be closed minded to doing one style of music.
Yeah,
Man.
and what I mean by that is like, okay, just because we dealt with, that artist that did R&B, that don't mean that the whole thing's gonna be just R&B.
Right.
You got these guys that do hip hop, these guys that do
country,
a different
rock.
kind of hip hop. It's like there are all kind of hip hop is not just one type of style here.
Yeah.
You got different styles of hip hop.
Boom bap, and then like newer age.
Yeah,
you can hear.
And
it
that's
in
what
the
some
beat.
people don't realize. So it's like some people are probably tired of hearing the fact that all of the hip hop that you hear kind of mainstream, they're sounding almost the same style, But if you come with different styles, give you a variety, now you got people that give them something that now I actually want to stay listening to this. Nobody wants to go to a buffet, but everything on the buffet is shrimp. Well, damn, I thought this was a buffet.
Right.
I don't want to be at this buffet. It's a buffet, but it only got shrimp. Man, I want to see crabs. I want to see crawfish. I want to see
everything.
Right, that's a different type of fish. And then say if they want some chicken at this buffet.
Yeah, I mean, just because
we got
fish.
meats.
You
know what I'm saying? We better than all.
We got the
meats.
You can't say, man, we got fish. Like you serve fish. When you go there, it's just tuna. Like, well, damn, man. You ain't got, there's catfish, there's tuna, there's garfish. I mean, there's different kind of fish, man. It's not just one. So that's why I'm trying to get at there,
Yeah, just all everything. Speaking of one, I guess we can bring up the Hot 100's Top 10.
It's time for that segment.
It's time for
now,
that
I'm going to say this.
Last.
And look, Tubby's probably he's going to weigh in on this.
Yes.
I want to hear his opinion on this. And you know who my girl is. And she's probably at number one still. But go ahead.
All right. So, number 10, we've got Life is Good, Future featuring Drake.
You still have you heard the remix?
Life is Good remix?
Yes.
I have not yet.
Listen to the remix. You heard the remix?
Nah,
listen
I don't
to
listen to
remix.
Drake. I'm sorry. I'm so
remix.
sorry. I'm so sorry if that offends anybody. I just
no.
You are
Right.
free. My brother.
It's got the
I fuck with
baby,
Drake, bro.
it's nice. It's nice. Remix.
Yeah.
All right. We have number 9, Intentions, with Justin Bieber and Quavo.
Quavo did a track with fucking Bieber. Are you shitting me?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Don't tell me Bieber tried to ad-lib.
Actually,
that'd
he
be
probably
fucking hilarious.
He probably did on this track. I'm not even gonna front you. I've heard it before. It's just when I heard it one good time, I was like, okay, I kind of get the gist of the song. It's kind of just like exactly what you'd expect. Like Liam Payne from One Direction did the same thing with Quavo. So it's like, yeah. So it's kind of like that, but in a different Justin Bieber type of light. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so we got number 8, The Box by Roddy Ricch.
Damn, that's still up there, bro. Dude, that's fucking gas. Yo, in my opinion, War Baby on that album's a way better song, but that's just me.
Yeah, bro.
But The Box goes hard, I'm not gonna lie.
And just letting people know.
It's that E-er, bro.
That E-er, and let people know that is that he is doing the E-er. He is the one doing that. That's not part of the instrumental. That is his ad-lib. So
that's dope, bro. I didn't even know that.
Alright, number 7 is Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa again.
Who?
Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa is that girl who makes self-empowering.
Oh, she's like a progressive female artist? God damn, I can't talk. Yeah.
She's pretty good. She's pretty good for what she's made. Number 6, we got the Tootsie Slide by Drake, of course. Alright, now this is where things start getting controversial. Number 5, Number 5.
Who's number 5?
Is Say So by Doja Cat.
Where she belongs. Alright, where she belongs. Alright,
Number 5.
and she dropped so quick. And I'm gonna tell you why she probably dropped.
We all know
because,
why she dropped.
incident
Yeah,
happened and
that
stuff.
incident.
But
yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
That's where she belongs. Who number 4? I ain't got to worry about hearing my girl name because she probably 4 spots later.
Oh, hold on. Well, let's find out. All right, so number 4 is Blinding Lights by The Weeknd.
Hey, yo, they're pretty
The Weeknd is
vibing
holding
ass
it
group,
down,
man.
bro.
Yeah, they're pretty
Weeknd
fucking
is holding
vibing,
it
yeah.
down, bro. Number 3 is Rockstar by DaBaby featuring Roddy Ricch.
Yes, bro, I've been jamming the fuck out of that
song
song.
is
bro.
hard,
That song
bro.
goes hard. Yo, I
That
fuck
song's
with the
great,
baby
bro.
so goddamn heavy. I'm not even
Baby's,
gonna lie.
he's hanging, he's standing
Yo,
because
yeah.
I thought when Lil Baby came after that with his album that it was gonna probably like overshadow him, but
Oh no, DaBaby's staying strong, bro. Baby came through with his own, man. I'm glad he came out the way he
because
did.
Lil Baby had what? Whoa, that was his.
Lil Baby, yeah, I think that was.
No, I knew the last time I listened to
But,
Lil Baby was Drip Too Hard. And Close Friends, that album that he did with Gunna.
Yeah,
I fuck with that one. That one was pretty alright.
Alright, so the final 2 spots, and this is where things get tricky. This is where things get tricky.
I know Doja's not in no 2.
So no.
I mean, I know
So
she ain't got no
no,
song.
Doja's at number.
Fucking shit.
No. Alright, so
So
get
much
this.
shit.
So number 2 is Savage.
What?
Meg the Stallion.
She's
and
number
Beyonce.
2? No.
Fuck that.
She's savage, bro.
No,
She's savage,
no.
bro. All right.
Now, okay, number 1 better be a strong number 1.
All right.
Yeah, for real.
You'll never. All right. So we were talking about this last week, right?
Right. I tell you, man, I just want to hear this. I gotta hear it.
Number 1 is "Rain on Me"
Okay.
by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande.
Yo, Ariana Grande
Out of
got
the woodworks, they debuted it.
Look.
They debuted this song, and it hit number 1 on the charts.
Okay, all right, look,
Jeez.
no.
Debut.
Okay, shout out to Gaga. We talked about it last week. That was
Yeah.
one of
we
our
talked about
first
that.
topics.
Actually,
Yeah.
low
Lady
key shout
Gaga,
out to Gaga.
Yeah.
She
She
stays, and she came back with her like old style, that dance music stuff. You know, that was when she first came in with that first album. You know,
Yep.
that with that Let's Dance. You know, and the other song she had, but Poker Face and all
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
So
all that. That's
you
a
know,
hit different.
respect her. You know, that Rain Me,
Yeah.
she's more pop. So
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
comparing her to the other one. But the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
two, I still say one's gonna still stay over the other one.
Hey,
Hip hop.
I got you.
You
I know what you're
understand?
talking
So,
about. I know what you're talking
I'm
about.
gonna go to Tubby about this.
Word.
Now,
I hope I have an answer.
our guy here,
All right. So
Truth Bringer
get
here.
this.
No, but let me explain because you're gonna probably put a favoritism.
no.
between yourself.
I'm not even gonna
All
put
right,
favoritism.
so
This is
no,
completely
no, all right, no,
unbiased.
Hear me out.
Unbiased.
No, all right.
Unbiased.
So,
'Cause he's gonna put some bias on it. I feel
all right,
it.
put bias on it
I
all.
hear both sides.
So, there's Megan Thee Stallion, and then there's Doja Cat. All right,
Oh, Doja Cat.
right. You see how you said Doja Cat?
I
Doja
do
Cat.
not fuck with Meg Thee Stallion. Okay, Doja Cat makes
Okay.
some pretty.
Ooh, got you.
time
Wait,
out.
hold on, but let me finish. So the question was, who was gonna be thriving more in hip hop between the two? And I said Megan Thee Stallion because she
that's-
seemed more
Yeah,
hip
she's
hop.
pop. Yeah, Doja
Yeah.
Cat's
And Doja
pop.
Cat
Doja
seems
Cat's
more
pop.
pop.
Yeah.
I feel you.
But
You see what I mean?
Doja Cat's
this
pop.
guy over here said
Hold on now,
Doja
hold
Cat is going to
No.
go into
Because
can
this is where the
thrive
bias
into
comes
hip hop.
in. This is where the
That's
bias
where
comes
I
in.
find a
This is where
little
the bias
bit
comes
of a
in.
mistake.
This is where the bias comes in.
Say your part.
I
I
said,
want to hear Tubby's
quote for quote, I said, if Doja Cat does what she's doing, the way she's taking that pop spotlight, she's going to pull a Nicki Minaj and switch back to that rap shit. Because that's what, it's exactly what Nicki Minaj was doing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what that's
You
to
see
do
that
with Megan Thee
contrast,
Stallion
you
is
know what I
not
mean?
a pop artist.
And
No.
that contrast
I
kind
do
of
not
kept that
fuck
flow.
with- Yeah, I just don't fuck with Meg Thee Stallion. Okay, Doja Cat makes some vibing ass music, and yeah, she's really pop. And you can hear like some hip hop influences, but like,
Yeah.
I just don't like. If I'm gonna listen to a woman or a female artist, I want quality fucking lyrics.
Right.
Like, I want shit that's either empowering. I want shit that's like good, uplifted, or like the same as like all other music genres. Like it could be sad, it could be depressing, yada yada yada. Like be real, but like I do not fuck with like booty bumping stripper music. I can't.
So and that's the thing. And I said, look, she got a long way to go till she passes the Lil Kims, the Remy Ma's, all of them. She's got a while to go, a long ways to go. Yeah, you know, the Trinas and all them. But I'm just saying, between those two, as in hip hop wise, one is just more hip hop.
Yeah, I completely get what
at
you're
the
saying.
moment, she is just more of the hottest hip hop female at the moment. That's all I'm saying. And Doja is more pop.
Yeah, in that pop lighting. Yeah.
So
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
It's funny, you know what I mean now.
No. But back when I said no, but that's what I'm saying. You gotta figure out what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Doja's pulling a Nicki right now. Nicki right now. Like, you know what Nicki did back in the day when she dropped Starship, Super Bass.
Oh my God, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Fuck out of
you
those
see
tracks,
what I'm saying,
dude?
bro?
Yeah.
Like,
okay,
those
like a 30
and then she started singing Fly and
Yeah.
all that joint. Like, she started singing all these you know, pop joints. These were based as pop. And then she started leaning into that pop lighting.
Yeah.
But then you hear, like, her next album, and it's just like all bars. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's like what Pink Friday, the first album she had, that had and that had Anaconda and all that on
Oh my
there.
God, I forgot about that track. I forgot about Starship too.
Yeah,
but like
Starship.
Super Bass was fucking gas, bro.
Right, but it had Moment for Life.
Moment for Life was
Oh my
the
God, I
hardest
forgot about that one.
So,
Jesus, man. I fuck with Nicki, dude. Like, straight up, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, but she still had the bars that she would spit as well.
Well, that's kind of in that lighting that I was saying. Like, when she was starting up, she started in her own lane the way she was rapping, and then she switched over that pop, like, to gain that traction that she needed to get in that spotlight.
Yeah.
And once she had the people by their ears to look at her, she switched back over to that rap.
Right,
and it's only her personality that's getting in the way of her right now, but like her traction in music has
she's
really
definitely made her
stopped that.
Nicki? I mean, she's on that close to the point of retiring.
Doja's in that lane, like, since.
I feel you. She's taking a lot of people by storm, dude. Like, I'm no cap.
Yeah.
She's coming with some different shit.
I like Doja's style.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
what I'm kind of seeing in that angle. Now, when you're talking about hip hop, I knew that Meg Thee Stallion was probably going to lean more into that hip hop gash than Doja would at this moment. Because right now, Doja's got literally everybody's eyes on her. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody's fighting about her controversy, her song Say So with Nicki. Like, she knows exactly what she's doing and how she's doing it.
Playing the game, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. That's all the industry is right now, is a game. But the way she's doing it in the same regards of, like, her predecessor who's on the track with her. You know what I'm saying? And people still recognize Nicki as one of the greater female rapper MCs, even though she's kind of, you know, off and brain a little bit. But not to offend.
Yeah, I mean, she's still gonna be over. I mean, like you saying, like the stripper music, like. I'm not much to like the ones like Cardi B is more like that slow.
Can't fuck rap. I don't really fuck. Some of Cardi B's bars are alright, but
I don't see Cardi B being considered one of the hot female artists.
She popped off and she would definitely have like a following, but nowhere near like.
The reason why she really most likely popped off because she was on that show Love and Hip Hop, and she was one of the first ones to come from a TV show and then go and actually do something. Cause a lot of ones that be on Love and Hip Hop, I ain't be doing the music on there and we don't ever hear from them again. And she actually went mainstream. Yeah, but I don't think 10 years from now we're gonna be looking back and saying, when we list the top 5, top 10 artists, Cardi B, you know.
Well, I mean, they're not in like no top. She's not in like no top. Probably
she'd
10.
be top 100 or top 50.
Maybe
like
top 50. But in that regards, I kind of see Cardi B like keeping her traction for being as real as she is. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, she does.
She's real as hell. Yeah, and that's the reason why people like her is because she's real as hell.
Yeah,
but at the same time, she's a real stripper, bro. Like, you know.
But as for the actual style on how she rap, I don't
that's what I'm saying.
Because it almost sounds.
She's real in her music. but she's a real stripper, son. Like,
yeah, no, and like, it's just like what I like. I mean, she's got her like, she's got her background that's real her life, but it's just a style.
Yeah,
I'll put that on.
Well,
I mean,
her
style it's almost like
you know what I mean?
Birdman. You know, you ever hear Birdman's lyrics when he raps? It sounds like we got the guy from 3rd grade to write the lyrics for him. You know, and it's like the same for Cardi B. It's like just the style is how she rapping. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want if Birdman coming after me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Birdman.
If people have to guess whether or not you're ghostwriting, then you're not doing something right.
Right.
If people have to guess, they're like, do you think they wrote, not just she, because any artist, period. Do you think they wrote this? If you have to ask yourself that question, then like, yo, they're not doing something right.
They're not.
Right.
And she even came out and said like she gets lyrics from other people and she honestly gets help from writing here and there. Like she has goes.
Yeah.
She's using that Eminem effect, where it's like, you can't really say anything about her because she already said something about herself.
No, but like she
like Logic said, I'm beating my own ass.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like personally, I would I'm not bashing. Like if somebody gives you a page of lyrics and like, hey, check this out. I would like you to use some of this. Yeah, use some of this stuff if they let you. Like, but don't be like, hey, yo, write me a verse. Nah, bro. Excuse my French, but that's pussy. Like, write your stuff, bro. Like, come on. If you want to be a creative artist, put in a little creativity you need. Exactly. Like, it don't take that hard. Like, even if you got to take an hour to write, like, 10 bars, bro.
Hey,
like,
man.
So I'm saying, like,
it's
the outcome that matters.
It's the outcome. You are so correct. You clarified. All y'all that heard that Tubby just backed me up. So all y'all that got me, it takes 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's the output that matters, man.
The output, exactly.
I've written some that were in 5 minutes, and the other ones it's taken me like a week to finish and fully revise. Like, it'll go into like months. And there was 1 or 2 of them that it took me like a month or 2 to like finish and fully write.
Like if I'm not feeling
straight up. Yeah, I have to. And it's another thing too. Like I have to be feeling like if I want to go back and work on one that I had started a while back, I have to be feeling that one. Like I have to in my head, I have to be in that the same zone that I was in writing it, or if not in the same zone, then remember what my zone was and go off of it.
Right. I told you that about that all man.
Mm-hmm.
Said, man. Let's get somebody else. I was like, let's get somebody else.
Man. Oh wait, I need to let you hear that joint. Oh man.
But yeah, man. I feel so between those 2 artists, so it looks like Doja Cat number 5, Megan Thee Stallion number 2. Lady Gaga
number 1.
She does. I mean, that's a different genre between the 2. Of course, I mean she's more pop. And I expect Lady Gaga probably to overdo Doja Cat, of course, on that song. I'm telling that. So, closing it out, one last thing, anything you want to say, Tubby, to artists who's trying to, that's been trying to do things and finally get the time to do it?
Yeah, I got a few things actually, if you don't mind. So, one thing, stay true to yourself. If you like, in my case, like, I wasn't forced to go to college, but it was something that was pushed really big on me, and I was, like my people had gone to school after high school, but me personally, I'm one of the only ones other than Scott Doming in my entire family that took music and stuck with it. And like the first semester, it was all right, but it just wasn't what I thought college was gonna be, and it wasn't what they appreciated it was gonna be. And I dropped. I made that decision, and I don't fucking regret it at all. Like, just stay true to yourself. Like, and another thing is don't just make those big decisions without seriously thinking. Like, I was thinking about that the entire second half of that semester. Because I was like, this is doing such a fucking, like, hard job on my health, physically and mentally. Like, I was just in a shitty spot. So, dropped, and then went through a little rough patch, but then picked up music again, which never left. And, like, stuck with it and stayed, like, know what you're doing. Talk to people. Ask people to look at your shit. Like I've asked a few people to read over my verses. Sample your stuff. Know what you're doing. Don't don't be something you're not. Don't try and pretend like you're something you're not. If you're not a fucking gangster, then don't try and be one whenever you spit.
Banana clips.
Yeah, don't do that. That's not cool. Like, period. That's just not cool at all. You look really edgy and dumb. And two, like, that'll get you seriously hurt if the wrong people like hear you.
Yes,
like,
some
don't
people
do
will
that.
test you.
Yes, a lot of people will try and test you. This is not the day and age to try and be a gangster, bro.
Yes, sir.
This is not the day and age to try and be a gangster.
Not now, especially not now.
Especially not the fuck now. Nah. And another thing, have faith. Have faith above all. Just like stay strong. No matter how shitty it gets, it can get real fucking shitty. If you're an artist, you already know you're in one of the most cutthroat industries in the world. It can get shitty for you. You can go through rough patches, but don't forget that music never lets you side if you're true to it. You know, right. That's what it is for me. Never forgot.
That's real, man.
That's it.
Yeah, man. It's you know, people that some people need that kind of encouragement, man, because it's stay true to yourself, man. Because don't. And like you said about leaving school, nobody needs to be. Don't think that
that's the only option. Don't think if you don't go to school.
And you know, also back up. There's a lot of great people. That
what? Yeah, there's
people.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's
not even college graduates.
Yeah, my point was school's not for everyone, but for the people who can find a successful path through it, dude, more fucking power to you, man. Right. Like straight up, like I preach for it. Yo, everybody has you don't need school to know that you're smart, but at the same time it will help you improve it if you put the energy into it as well. See, that was the thing. Like it wasn't that I wasn't putting energy into it anymore. It was the fact that it wasn't something that I wanted to put energy into, right? This music shit, I've like bled this for years, so I want to put my energy to it, and the output's pretty decent. Oh yeah, it's pretty alright.
And I'm gonna say this, like, okay, for all y'all out there that probably going to school and that's majoring in music, okay, if you finish it, great, but don't get discouraged if you don't finish music and you still want to do music. You can still be successful because you know a lot more about when you're out there actually being in it. You learn a lot more being in it than what you think you learn actually being in it.
Fucking man, I've learned so much from just being around like the people that I record with and like learning more about my area, learning more about like the culture of this state in general, and learning what goes on and all that. And then on top of that shit, let me think. I said you made a great point of nobody says you have to get your degree like right now. Like nobody says you have to go 4 consecutive years. Mm-hmm. Nobody says you have to do this shit. It's not a law. You can take your time with it. If you're feeling bogged down and you're like, I might have to take a gap semester, bro, you got the rest of your life to live and do that. Like don't get bogged down by thinking you have to do something right now when it comes to school.
It's like a stigma almost, you know? Go at your pace.
Yeah.
Just because Becky finished in 4 years or because Jerome finished in 4 years
doesn't mean you have
because you're not finishing in 4 years or because you're not going to finish mean you're not going to be as successful. Yeah. Especially in music. I'm going to tell you how this. Those out there that's doing music and then you want to pursue music, but look, don't even worry about that kind of
don't
if it's not something that you're going to end up finishing.
This is how wide the range.
Sweat it.
This is how wide the range of music goes. Michael Jackson started music when he was 6. There are 2 old guys currently now doing music. They're 70 something and they just started. Doug, don't worry about age, bro.
Yeah, no, bro.
Kanye West got what, college dropout and all this stuff. Right, you could turn and just like you just said, and what we've been preaching, turn if you do go through some situations of drama, put it in your music.
Yeah, fucking right. Real. Fucking right. Yeah.
Because it's real. And so you get and it's gonna become something great. And if it's not great to anybody else and it's great to you, that's fucking
straight up. That's one thing that I'm preaching. Like, I don't care if you don't like my music or like if I like it, I love it, I'm in fucking love with it. Like you can like, and another thing is too is like people just hate to hate sometimes and just be like, oh, but it sounds like shit. Well, like tell me what you don't like about it. Don't just hate to hate. Right. That's pussy. Right. I'm gonna have to call you out.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man, because Yeah, I mean, because that's another thing. You know, okay, you think the person sound like shit. Tell them what the problem is, and that person might take it's either on that person to take your opinion into consideration, but he could become a better person as well, and a better rapper just from hearing that.
Yeah,
you know?
Constructive criticism makes
what makes people, to be honest with you, that mess some people up is that like that person. They want not you that they want to go quick to to fame. So it's like don't be so quick to. The first thing you want is like I want to be famous. You know?
You don't.
Most of the people that end up being famous is just that other people ended up liking something that they did that they liked. They liked what they was doing and they liked their music. Just that other people started liking it. That's what got them more famous. But you first starts off with you liking your product. If you don't like your product, you ain't got confidence in it, then you don't even need to be doing music, man.
Straight up. If it's not something that you not sell your life away for, but like if it's not one of those things to where like if you don't have it then you wouldn't know what to do with yourself, then like you're not in it for the right reasons.
Right.
Like music saved me. Like without music I probably might not be here type of shit. Like real. Music fucking is what I believe. I love it.
That's real stuff right there. But if you're not doing don't do it because because I'm doing it, because I want to be rich and famous one day.
It's not gonna be like that.
You know what? You can still be popping even if you're just a local artist.
Yeah, for real. I know. Like I'm trying to think. There's an artist named Matty Woods who dropped if y'all go check out Matty Woods, his song Sunday, really banging, like chill ass vibes, and you would like you listen to it since like, oh my god, this dude fucking made it, and he has like a few million streams on that song. I think if not then hundreds of thousands. Yeah, and. No, he's just making music. He's just making music. It's just crazy.
Yeah, just talking about that earlier. Mm-hmm. Underground artists, man.
Make the best, bro.
Make fire music, man.
Oh yes, some of the greatest, most creative, most not. If it's not out there, then in a good way. Like I mean, like just you would not think that would be made, and people make it. It's fucking cool. It's cool as shit. Music, man. It's a sandbox.
Stick to your guns, y'all out there, and just stay doing what you're doing. So. Yeah. As we round it out, we have here Tubby. Thank you for coming with us.
No problem.
Appreciate you. No problem. And we're going to get you back here, especially with your other guys, with Trent and D as well.
Oh, yeah. I would love
So, closing it out, I am J. Steve.
I am TB.
I'm Tubby.
And we're closing out.